Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes. You are tuned in live and of course we're excited to bring you the trending conversations and of course you guys have been talking and we love that. Yes, and I am here. My name is Melissa Awad and I'm here with the fabulous
AJ Sapon, and together we bring you all the trending conversations on social media. Starting it off with how much you're paid. So the minimum wage seems to it's about to be increased 10% more starting January 2019. The question is it even enough? We'll be getting all the reactions on social media about this particular one. Send in your thoughts. Hashtag 30 minutes and we'll be reading it live on the show. So much more coming up, Mel.
Absolutely, and that is correct. And Zimbabwe has had its first election since Mugabe was ousted. Nearly what's that, like 4 decades?
37
years. So Zimbabwe, I mean, there's some mixed match thoughts and all, but we're going to get straight into that and more. And don't forget, our hashtag is 30 minutes, hashtag 30 minutes. And on Twitter, myself and AJ Sapong and Melly Mel for real and all our social media handles, make sure you get at us and that's City TV. We'll be right back.
So finally, the issue of minimum wage is about to be increased, going from 9 point something to about 10 cities starting January 2019. It's coming with a bit of mixed thought because firstly, is it even enough compared to the economic situations in the country? Or people have been talking about this particular one on social media. But Mel, what are your thoughts about this 10% increment? Do you think it's good enough?
It's a start. It's better than nothing at the end of the day. It's a start.
So being that you are an abrasive person,
hey.
You know, you get, so how much is minimum wage from where you're from?
I think minimum wage, I think in university I was getting paid minimum wage and I think that was like $7.35.
Wow.
I think in the UK it might have been £5. Not sure, but yes, $7.
If we calculate how much $7 is.
Yeah.
Because if we're going by, is it what, 4.8, 4.9, depending. Let's just say it's 4. If we're going by the base of 4. And if we're doing even $5 even at anything, that's like 20 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
Per hour.
Yeah.
By the way, let's note that in our other sides of the world, the minimum wage is calculated per hour. We calculate it per day. So some people will be getting about, if we're even calculating with like $5, that's like 20 cedis per day.
Wow.
But then it's 7, some say it's 13. It varies across the world.
It does.
But per day.
Per day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, some people in the US are actually getting $20 an hour.
Charlie?
$20 an hour. $30 an hour. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real life thing, you know.
But when we compare it, it sounds a lot. But even looking at our own social media and our own sector and how our economic situations as well, people have been talking about it on social media, letting their thoughts be known. Let your thoughts as well be known. Hashtag 30 minutes. But starting it off with the very first one. And it goes from Ahadja 207. And he says, earning 85 Ghana cedis a month. What is that going to do for you, let alone your family? Charlie?
You know what? Someone told me that they have a teacher friend who earns about 80 Ghana cedis a month.
What?
Teacher. About 80 Ghana cedis a month for teaching.
My goodness. That's quite a lot.
So, all right. Well, moving on to the next tweet, we have a Facebook comment, even. If I deduct my 4.5 Ghana cedis daily transport fare from the minimum wage, oh my God, I can't marry. Yeah, because people are looking to the future. Wow. Or even the present. Moving on to some more social media commentary. How can upcoming youth survive after tax and transportation? How can they save and raise capital for their future? Yes, it's the minimum, but companies don't care since there are no jobs. They pay what they want, not what labor produces. Yeah, another sour issue we are facing. Moving on to some more social media commentary. We have the tragedy of our age is salary. Most employees in Ghana are slaves in disguise. I'm considering going into commercial farming. At least I will not wake up as early as 4 a.m. and return as late as 10 p.m. Spend several hours in traffic only to be paid a mere amount. Wow, from Analim. Analimbe. And a limbe Chris. Can you imagine?
Chile?
Moving on to some more.
Well, Azoka, I am, says, I'm within the pension space. Sometimes I feel rich looking at the wages people are being paid as private security personnel and even teachers. Hey, Charlie.
Wow, pension space.
Well, more social media commentary. If I earn 150 Ghana cedis, how much will I give my wife? How much will I use to pay electricity bill? How much will I spend on my younger sister? At the end of the day, all I do is to pray and say, say good, I thank you for life. I think he meant to say, God, I thank you for life. Well, going on to more social media commentary. And it's from Chinedu. He says, you are lucky. Nigeria has been talking about minimum wage increase since 16 years now. And not even 1% has been added. Actually. Well, DT Adumako says, the private schools are the worst culprits of poor payment. I know a private school where the highly paid teachers receive 150 Ghana cedis a month. Non-payment of SNIT and etc. etc.
Wow. Moving on to some more social media commentary from Emmanuel. You see what the rich are doing to have knots? Is it knots? Rat race system ran by rich with their cronies and politicians. At least 20 Ghana cedis a day should be basic.
Charlie.
Wow. Well, moving on to some more social media commentary. We have from Fame. This is really terrible. How can a daily minimum wage be 10 cedis, 65 pesos? How can you work about 8 hours and receive this amount of money? Those who are not paid at least 300 cedis a month don't even receive minimum wage. Wow.
That's actually really true.
Yeah. Moving on.
Well, GH, I love, says, I know a firm who has more than 200 workers, but its permanent staff are less than 15. None of the Ghanaian managers receive a gross salary of 2,000 cedis. Yet this same firm advertises on radio each and every day. Yeah, we should have a conversation about the contract staff versus the permanent staff. Well, moving on to more social media commentary from Jaxie, yes. You'd be surprised some people take as low as 300 Ghana cedis with no pension in companies we call reputable. The banking sector is worse. They deceive Ghanaians with a phrase, contract staff. Charlie? That thing,
beware.
Well, Kuma Dorian says 150 Ghana cedis a month is not cool. Hey, there are so many informal workers going through a lot. They are working but starving. God save Ghana.
Amen.
So even on the front page of the Daily Graphic today, it was talking about like the informal sector and how little they're being paid. I was doing like a comparison. There was like a 47-year-old man who's a driver and is paid 300 Ghana cedis, and he works from morning till night. There was a month. And this man is a man with like 2 or 3 kids who has to pay school fees, take care of his family, give money to his wife, and apparently it's even his wife that supplements the pay gap, because at 2 weeks into it, his money is done.
Wow.
There are chop bar people that are being paid 250 Ghana cedis. There are kitchen staff who are being paid 150, 200 Ghana cedis, and like the disparity, it's large.
It's incredible, actually.
One particular story in the paper said that like a woman had signed up to be a kitchen staff. They agreed that they would pay her 300 Ghana cedis. However, because she was being fed breakfast and lunch, her boss slashed it and is now paying her 150 Ghana cedis, saying that I'm giving you food, so that's all you're going to take home.
Yeah, no, there are some places like that. They'll cut the cost of the salary and replace it with lunch.
Charlie.
Free lunch or lunch on the company, and
give me the money and I'll figure out the lunch.
Right. But we are looking at minimum wage, and we want to see what minimum wage looks like around the globe. It'd be pretty interesting to see. So take a look at this. Wow. So I was nearly correct with the US. I think I was about $1 off, and then I was about £1 off. So it must have increased over the years.
And it is increasing, and there's still a conversation being had about increasing it. I think in some states alone, even in the US, they're going like $13 for minimum wage in some states.
Where they do that?
Yeah, and then some are like $10. So it varies from state to state, but it's interesting to see.
Did you see Luxembourg?
I want to move to Luxembourg. I want to move to Luxembourg. You know, I will try. It's a good minimum wage. And that is even like minimum is like the least amount. So if you're coming with skills that allow you get into like a better sector, that means it's starting from that amount. Charlie, that's not bad at all. But
so I think we should go into some more social media commentary. And see what you guys have been saying. So let's take some more social media commentary and see what the conversation has been like. We have here, New York minimum wage is 13 an hour. That is 58 Ghana cedis an hour. How can the whole day's wage be 10 cedis? What kind of world cry is this?
Man,
wait a minute, New York.
58 Ghana cedis.
Wow. Well, from Lindsay J, when it comes to unemployment and low salary, employers know that we don't have any other options, so they always take advantage. How can a uni graduate in accounting be earning $500 a month as gross?
Charlie?
Moving on to some more social media commentary. Can you imagine the 11th best economy in Africa with a daily minimum wage of less than $3? Africa is really dead poor. I don't think it is. I just think we're developing slowly. And from Moretank, get a payslip from government-employed cook in a SHS, then you'll understand why pilfering will always continue. Ghanaian workers in general are magicians. Fighting corruption must start with salary review.
I absolutely agree with Moretank. I really, really do, because if you were improving people's lot, they would not steal as much.
There you go.
Well, Kwesi Edufa says, our youth who can work with alacrity are running out of the country because of jobs and salary. The country is left with more average individuals who contribute to low productivity. Can we develop with them? Question for the gods. Moving on into more social media commentary, and that's coming in from Samani_UE. We say people are poorly paid in this country. When government decides to implement a double-track system, employ 10,000 new teachers, we say that's a waste of money. We cry. What is our problem in Ghana? Charlie. We're going into more social media commentary coming in this particular time from Samuel Bologa. It says 10% upward adjustment on minimum wage for Ghanaian workers, and it is inadequate. Ghanaian workers are magicians. That one, I agree with you, Sabo. How can a Ghanaian worker survive on 10 cedis, 65 pesos per day? Transportation and lunch alone will consume the entire daily minimum wage.
Yeah.
You're right. Because by the time you had the torture alone from one point to the other, well, say Hamid says there are graduates in Accra paid around 400 Ghana cedis to 600 Ghana cedis. Most of these people teach your kids and they go to school angry every morning. Some foreign employers pay graduates 600 Ghana cedis and they don't pay SNIT. Some work even on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And finally, coming in from Yao Amo Mensa says, my monthly transport alone is 350 cedis.
Wow.
Do
the maths. Wow.
That is someone's entire monthly salary, out of which they will take TNT, they will take utilities, pay children's school fees, pay feeding, pay water, and everything else inclusive.
Everything else.
Buy clothes for themselves, and then ensure that they can be just keeping body and soul together. We need to do better. Like, I have no words. No words.
We need changes.
And I must end with this note that Ghanaians truly are magicians. We really are. We conjure things. We make things happen even when we know it's not even possible. But we should go on a quick break.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let us know your thoughts and get at us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag 30 minutes on Twitter. Hashtag 30 minutes. Myself, AJ Sapong and Melly Mel for real. And all our social media handle pages at City TV, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll be right back.
The City FM Literacy Challenge is back. Are you a JHS student? Are you willing to contribute to change? What would you do if you were the president of Ghana? Do you want to win a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis? If yes, then participate in the Literacy Challenge 2018. Level 1. The year is 2035. The law allows people below age 40 to contest the presidency. As a presidential candidate in a general election, in no less than 600 words, write your manifesto speech. Remember, letter must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details and post to the Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central, or drop it off at the front desk of City FM at the Braka behind the police station. Level 2. The top 50 students selected from all over Ghana shall take a written general knowledge quiz. And finally, Level 3. The top 10 students shall compete in the classic quiz competition to win the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis. The Literacy Challenge is powered by 97.3 City FM and sponsored by Data Bank Edifund and MoneyGram with support from City TV. Closing day for entries is Friday, 10th August 2018. Call 0205-973-973 for more inquiries. Terms and conditions apply.
Every Thursday night on City TV, you're welcome to join women from different backgrounds and opinions as they weigh in on your relationship issues. Watch Sister Sister as the ladies get real with issues about love, marriage, betrayal, sex, dating, trust, finances, and more. Join Jessica and her sisters for City TV's all-women talk show, Sister Sister, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Also, live on 97.3 City FM.
You're tuned into 30 Minutes right here on City TV, and we're talking about all the trending conversations on social media. Let your thoughts be heard by just simply tweeting at us. Hashtag 30 Minutes. Hit us up on Facebook at City TV GH, on Twitter, and as well on Instagram, all at City TV GH. And you know what to do. Follow me and Melissa at AJ Sapong, and you're making me say the way you say AJ Sapong. Oh. I'm so used to saying the Sapong because I hear it all the time. But at Melly Mel for real as well on Twitter. And we are live on Facebook. So tell a friend to tune in. So we're talking initially about the interesting thing of minimum wage. Now we're moving on to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is going on doing their first election post Robert Mugabe. After 37 years of his rule, or at least him always being on the ballot box or on the paper, he's finally out and is now between Emmerson Mnangagwa, who is sort of like the one who took over from him from ZANU-PF, that is the ruling political party, and a man called Nelson Chamisa, who's 40 years old and representing the movement of democratic change.
And if he wins, he will be the youngest.
The youngest, thankfully.
The youngest.
Though I'm not picking sides, but I'm just saying that it would be nice to see someone young. I'm just saying.
Since Africa has... Never mind. Let's leave it at that. Anyways.
So, yeah, it's quite... Who are you rooting for? Even though we're not Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But, you know,
no, may the best man win.
Yeah.
May the best man win.
I like young. So,
all right.
May the youngest man win.
On that note, I mean, people have been talking.
They have.
Zimbabweans.
A lot of Zimbabweans have been having their own conversations about that. But before we go into that, we should give you a bit of an idea about what is happening on the ground. So taking a look at this report all the way from Zimbabwe.
Counting has started in what some are calling Zimbabwe's historic election. It's the first vote without Robert Mugabe on the ballot in nearly 4 decades. The man who is now in charge, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, promises the general elections period will be peaceful.
The voting today is peaceful. I have no doubt that the end process of the entire electoral process will remain peaceful.
The main opposition leader, Nelson Chamisa, says he's confident of winning by more than 60% if the polls are free and fair.
The people have spoken, the people are speaking, and it's clear that the vote is a vote for victory, a vote for freedom, a vote for democracy, a vote for a new Zimbabwe.
Robert Mugabe voted in an opposition stronghold in Harare. The day before the election, he says he would not vote for Mnangagwa or the ruling ZANU-PF party because they forced him to resign in November.
Mugabe is salty, isn't he? He's not supporting Emmerson Mnangagwa.
He's not voting for those who wanted him out, apparently.
Oh, come on, it's should have loved Mugabe.
He should have read the tweets of International Friendship Day.
But he should have read the tweets on International Friendship Day. But it's interesting to see him rather voting for someone other than himself. It's very nice to see. But going into social media commentary, because there's a lot going on across the entire continent. People are talking about Zimbabwe's election. So starting off with the very first one from Brian.
From Brian, we have how I miss the good old days when social media would be used responsibly. In the last elections, one could trust results that were being posted. Now so many suspect postings. Yes, some fake news has been trickling around, but we'll get into that. Moving on to some more social media commentary. We have from Sipao. 2 years now, the line after Robert Mugabe downed the tools. What major changes has the country experienced? The currency is the same, poor getting poorer. It was just a transition of greed from one, how do you say that? Hyena. Okay, hyena to another, I know that word. Hashtag Zimbabwe needs major changes. And that is what they are hoping for. Moving on. Hashtag Chamisa is like an East African presidential candidate. He is already saying how he has won the elections before the Electoral Commission even announces how many people voted in the elections. And that is from Ileri. Moving on to more social media commentary.
I am Yas Mash says, I remember how the citizens of Zimbabwe celebrated last year after Robert Mugabe was forced into agreeing to step down after 37 plus years in power. Imagine the celebrations after the defeat of ZANU-PF at the polls. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Yes. Moving on into more social media commentary from Jeff Amota says, Nelson Chamisa, okay, it's a little hard to get it through that. But Nelson Chamisa can lead in all polling stations, but in Africa, the elections board chairman decides who is the winner. Oh, come on, Jeff. That's a little too pessimistic for us. But Josh Hollins ZW says, imagine this time last year, Zimbabwe had only one president ever, and now we're so close to our third. Who would have thought this was possible so soon? Go do the right thing. Change is possible.
Yes, indeed.
I like the way that sounded. I mean, yeah. I'm almost feeling the change. But Juma Salvan says, the problem in Africa is not voting, but respect of the results. I agree with you there. The winner in Kenya has never been recognized in the last 3 elections. I hope Zimbabwe does not repeat the same mistakes. I'm getting Juma is probably sending in that message from Kenya to rep that. Well, going into more social media commentary. We have the only reason for delaying results is because they are rigging. What other valid reasons could there be? From Emla 200. I hope I said that correct. And there's been some circulation about fake news. Fake news. Social media putting out results already and things of that nature. So let's take a look very quickly at what the media have been saying about the fake news circling the social media.
A very good morning to you, Chloe. It's quite interesting you mentioned what Ms. Chuguma was saying there. We were listening to her just a few moments ago, warning against actually releasing of the results, saying that is illegal. We have to wait for ZEC to release those results. However, that doesn't stop social media users from actually putting out the results, which is what we've been seeing throughout the morning, Chloe. And it's undeniable that the proliferation of fake news, as it were, has partly been fueled by the rise of of social media. Where I am in Bulawayo right now, I'm in an election situation.
So yes, one of the Zimbabwe reporters. So they're having a bit of an issue there. And we saw one of the tweets where they said, you know, the good old days where social media. Well, how old is social media? But the good old days where social media was used responsibly. But that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
People taking it upon themselves too.
Yeah. Do you know when people really started using the term fake news the most?
When was it?
When Donald Trump came into power. But moving on into what is going to be an interesting election coming in from Mauchi official. I don't get why election results take 5 days before they're published. This is where all the rigging is done. It should be counted overnight. Well, it may be counted overnight, but sometimes, you know, depending on the country, they have to take their time to release the results. Well, Pragmatis XIII, I know it's Roman.
It's some,
I don't know what door number that is, but with Chamisa supposedly losing, the only option I have left is leaving a career that's about to take off and moving to the UK to wash cars. God, hear us, please.
Can we use that? Is that a troll? I don't know if that's a troll. Is that shade?
He's trying to shade the horses.
Yeah, you know, some people don't have much confidence.
Wow.
From Simba Dube, ZW, these delays in announcing the election results are simply telling a story a big party has lost, and we all know the party.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. Is that part of the fake news? From Simon P. Grindot. New generations across our continent are youthful, demanding liberation. Credentials are no longer their overriding factor. They demand good governance.
Yeah.
If a mighty entrenched monolith, sure, the ZANU PF can be replaced, there is a spark of hope for enduring democracy.
That's actually really true. The liberation credentials are no longer a factor. People want good governance across the entire continent.
Yeah,
it's not about it's not about independence. I mean, that time has passed and gone. Right now, it's about moving the continent forward. So I actually really agree with that message.
And speaking of moving forward, the youth have been talking, and some have mixed emotions. So let's take a look at what Zimbabwean youth have to say about the elections. And we'll be taking a look at that shortly. But yeah, they have been talking.
Yes.
And there was some mixed reviews. Some think that they won't be changed. So some actually haven't bothered to vote. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel that the youth should be exercising their rights. It's like how Nigeria is now pushing their PVC. I think that's the credentials for you to be able to vote. The youth itself is creating a movement that everyone get your credentials and do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Sitting down and thinking, oh, these people, I'm not even a part of the system. You end up leaving your mandate for someone else to govern.
Right. But
let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look at what the youth of Zimbabwe have to say.
We've managed to grab a few people on the streets of Harare. For example, Davis is 22. Davis, come closer to me. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. So you voted yesterday. How are you feeling the day after?
I'm feeling great, feeling good.
Do you think that so many people showing up are going to deliver a new Zimbabwe?
I can't answer that.
Yeah? What are you hoping for?
I'm just hoping for a better future, a better life.
Now, you didn't vote though, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, but you could have voted and you chose not to register. Why?
I felt that was a huge responsibility. There are a lot of people making a lot of promises, none that I believed of, so I really didn't want that burden of voting for someone knowing that they're most likely not going to do much.
All right. Do you think that there's young people who share the same view as you, your friends and people around you?
Yes, I think so. They're just hiding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we wish them all the best, but that is about all the time we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure very soon, as soon as, someone is declared the winner, will be trending. I'll be bringing that information right to you here on 30 Minutes. That's all the time that we can have, or the goodness of the show would allow us. We have to now call it a day and hope for more trending conversations tomorrow. It's been AJ.
And Melissa Awad. Don't forget to hashtag us, hashtag 30 Minutes, same time tomorrow.
Keep watching.
Marginalization